Okay, so here is my little rant that I was just like not trying to be frustrated about, but it's just sometimes you can't help but become frustrated thinking about it, and just like it's just like all just like thinking about it all just like comes together, and it's like overwhelming, and just it can be frustrating, but yeah, I just kind of like had this rant going on in my head or whatever, but yeah, it's just odd to me that I don't know how I want to put this because I don't want to sound any certain way, but it's just sometimes like it is what it is. Like that's all there is. It's like sometimes in life, like there's no like nice way to say things. Like it doesn't really necessarily like matter like your tonage or stuff like that. It's just you could say it really nicely and smile and just be really kind, but it's still gonna, it's still the same message overall. So basically, like, all I'm trying to say is that I just was thinking of this stuff because, it's a big passion of mine, and yeah, it's crazy to me that there's actually people out there that have, like, ailments, diagnoses, diseases, sickness, pain, and you're like telling me that like you don't care to like change your lifestyle, I guess. Number one, like I don't know, like I personally like really didn't have like, yeah, I went through some things like that I like caused to myself. Like I went through like, a time period where I had like digestive upset and stuff like that I like, learning about it now, like I know that I caused that, but it's just crazy to me that people just live a certain way and then they get diagnoses or illness or sickness or pain, and it's just like they have no connection that like what you are eating is what is causing it. Like it is kind of like, it's so simplistic but yet so profound. So it's like, it like, okay, our body like is made up with like all this crazy stuff. So like inside of us, like there's like like all this profound stuff going on that makes you, upright, that makes you live, that makes you function. And there's certain choices that you can make that are made for the functioning of these processes. So it's like I understand that we were taught and we were made to believe, certain somethings. So we were taught and we were made to believe that, we need, certain things or whatever, like whatever companies we've been duped by, but when you're raised, you're typically raised to believe that, like, let's say your plate, for example, your plate should have a big portion of protein and then another portion of, like, a starch, I guess, and then another portion of a vegetable. So that's kind of like the basic idea of, like, what everyone, like, knows it as, but it's just, like, just simply think of this, like, do you honestly, like, think that it's not about, like, the vegan thing, it's not about, like, oh my gosh, like, the poor animals? I mean, it's about that, but that's beside the point. The thing is, it's like, just simply think of this. You're gonna sit there and tell me that a dead animal's body. So we literally are like, or you, not me, but someone who thinks this way is literally going to, like, eat the body parts of an animal. So it's literally dead. So it's literally rotting and decomposing, and it's packaged off and frozen, or what, I don't even know, because my upbringing or whatever or my history with it of animal flesh or carcass is very slim. I mean, as far like my growing up, I was raised on processed meats. I ate a ton of lunch meat. I don't really know about cuts of this or that or how you cook it. I've never even cooked any animal. I think I tried cooking chicken one time and it probably was raw. I don't even know. But yeah, I don't understand how you could think for even a minute that it's optimal or that it's necessary or that you need it. Just simply think, like, don't think that I'm trying to be radical and tell you to save the animals because, oh my god, like, just literally think, do you think that is optimal for your body's functions? For all this stuff that's going inside your body's functions, do you think the body, like, I mean, just literally think, it's a body part. It doesn't matter that it happens to be a chicken or a cow or whatever other animal that you're choosing to eat. It's a body part. So if I were to make you something that happens to be made of human, say, that's still the same thing. That's still a body part. That's still meat. That's, what you would consider meat. That's still meat. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what that is. Like, I don't think people, that you're just so programmed and you're so used to something, and that I just don't think, it's just these habitual habits that are formed that you just don't even think outside of that, because it's just so already, inside you. Like, that's what makes sense to you. I mean, it's not your fault, but that's just what makes sense to you in the long run. And I understand, but just for a minute, just like, have you ever simply just thought to yourself, like, yeah, I mean, a dead, rotting body part that happens to be acceptable in society as an animal, do you think that's something that is optimal for the functionings of your insides? I don't know. Maybe you do, but I just don't understand how that could make sense. You know what I mean? Like, how consuming a decomposing, rotting part of anything would be optimal. I don't know how that would make you thrive. That's what I don't understand. So, it's just that, and then it's just crazy to me that there's so many people that I just see visually, in public, or, there's a lot of people that I'll see through social media, and they have complaints of, like, pain or a diagnosis or a disease, and it's just, people don't think for a minute that, like, people think, like, I understand, okay, there's different factors for everything. I understand there's always a, I don't know which word I'm looking for, but yeah, there's always, something to something. I understand. There's, but, I don't understand, like, I mean, okay, so, like I was trying to say is that, like, I went through a period of time where I had digestive upset that, learning and knowing everything I know now, I know that I definitely, did that myself. I mean, obviously, you don't even want to know my past lifestyle. Oh my god. seriously. Absolutely horrendous. And, like, yeah, all you other people out there that literally have something going on with you, and, like, I've basically virtually have never had anything, like, going on with me. Like, I was never considered obese. I was, as far as I don't know, like, because, but as far as I know, in general, I can say that I've been generally, a healthy person with, like, little or no problems. And I just, like, I learned, and I have all this knowledge and stuff of what I know now. And I just want to do that because it just makes the most sense. Like, it absolutely just makes the most sense to, that we have this profound stuff within our, underneath your skin, underneath your muscle, underneath your bones. You have, like, this, like, production going on, and you have, like, all this profound stuff going on inside you that, you have to fuel it properly. You have to give it the right kinds of fuel for it to, thrive and be optimal. And that's where I'm coming from, is that, like, I basically have so far been, you could standardly say I've been, like, a healthy person. And yeah, I've learned about this, and I just want to do it because it makes sense. Like, I fortunately wasn't like some of these people who eat the same way that I eat, that, may have been obese or may have had a diagnosis. I was never scared into it. It's just that, like, it made sense. Like, fortunately, I'm just a super open-minded person, and it makes a whole bunch of sense. So I said, definitely, like, that's what I would like to do. So, yeah, like I said, it's just crazy to me that I'm just doing it because it makes sense. But I can only imagine, like, if I had something diagnosed, or if I, maybe a lot of people, maybe you don't have health care or something like that, or you can't afford it. So you're just living life, very, like, sick or in pain. You don't know what's going on with you exactly because you haven't had a doctor's opinion or whatever, or diagnosis. Why wouldn't you want to? Why wouldn't that just be something that you'd be interested in? Like, literally, what you put on your fork is the simplest, cheapest, just most powerful thing that you yourself have control of and can take responsibility for. Or take responsibility and have control of. But yeah, like, honestly, you know what I mean? Like, you can do that and just not really, and you'll be okay. Like, you'll be thriving. Like, but all I'm saying is that I don't understand how you can. I try to understand how, you could be sick and not want to do anything about it, and, maybe just think, like, my doctor said this or my doctor said that or something. You're really okay with just, like, living the lifestyle that you live, and, basically pain management, pill or whatever ways you manage it. Oh, if I just eat a little of this, it's okay. Like, I only get digestive upset if I eat a quarter of this versus, the whole thing. Like, I just don't, I wouldn't want to, live a certain way where you just have to watch this, or, I would rather just know what I'm eating is optimal fuel and just choose that always. Like, there's so many of you who will take care of everything. Like you make sure that you have the nicest clothes. You want to look real nice, and you know that you will want to pay top dollar because in your head you think paying top dollar is what you need to make yourself look the nicest. Or there's people who are car enthusiasts, so you are so enthusiastic about making sure your car is top notch, pristine, in the best shape and condition. So you're making sure it's getting the right fluids, the right oils, and you're washing it, you're keeping it in your garage. So you seek optimal things for ultimately things that don't really matter, but your own self, your own body, your own organs, you're upset. You get upset when, someone who's like me or similar to me says, hey, hey, I don't know if you realize, but if you eat fruit and vegetables and starches, your body will be jamming. I don't know, I just care about people personally. I personally, I care to want to help others. But yeah, overall, I just don't understand the mentality of people who are sick. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's just, I'm just open-minded on my own. But if I were sick, I would be more than open-minded. I would be okay, give me, I don't even know what weird stuff is out there. There's all kinds of weird stuff that people try and do. I would do it. Why not? I mean, it's not gonna kill you. You know what I mean? You're already, feeding your body with stuff that's very less than optimal, and your body is not going to thrive. I mean, you can say all day long that you feel good, you feel awesome, you feel great, but in the long run, are you going to feel good and awesome and great? I don't know. You'll find out, you know what I mean? And for me personally, I wouldn't want to play Russian roulette with my health. I would rather just know what I know now, have that knowledge in me, and just follow that, through the course of my life. I understand we're all gonna die and we all have, that going for us, but why not leave this earth happy and thriving and optimal and feeling good? You know what I mean? Not hunched over and in agony and, not having an optimal brain and all kinds of stuff, but it's just nutsy to me, I just started thinking of these things, and I guess I just kind of wanted to share. I know nobody probably gives but I just kind of wanted to put it out there and share it to the world, I guess. But yeah, it's just unfortunate that, and then people who who I might reach out to, or, not even that I reach out to, that may have come across something that I've, maybe posted or referenced, they maybe get upset. It's that is the last thing I am trying to do. I would never purposely want to upset someone. I am not like that. I am very peaceful. I am very kind. My intentions would never be to upset anybody. I just really care, and I just want people to know what I know, because like I said, I was never sick or diagnosed with stuff ultimately. And I just know there's people out there living with these things that they feel like they have no control over. They just feel like, I'm going to continue taking this pill, or I'm going to continue, this formula of I can eat a quarter of this, or, if I eat, a certain something one time a week, I don't have migraines. But, like, there's so many things. Like, people get migraines, or you have a hormonal imbalance, you have reproductive issues, you have back pain, you have, all sorts of different things. Like I said, try to compare it to, like, let's say your car. Like, most people take pristine care of their car. Like, they, or I don't know, think it's something that you really hold to high standards, and you make sure, I would never mess this up. Like, why wouldn't you do that to your body, to your production that's going on inside here? Why wouldn't you want to have it feeling optimally, I wish that we could have, like, a nutrition place, like, kind of like a Jiffy Lube or something. You could just come in and out and be optimal. We can, like, inject you or something. No, but seriously, though, like, it's just, I don't understand it. That's all. I'm just kind of ranting. Not trying to upset anybody. I'm not trying to save any animals. I'm just trying to let you know that you do have a choice and you have a chance. And, yeah, you can absolutely, take responsibility and just plainly take care of yourself, I mean, I know it might sound radical, and like I said, we were trained and, one thing, one way, what's supposed to, what you view as optimal. But I mean, even that, who are you kidding? I think it's pretty safe to say that someone who doesn't eat like me in this day and age, process wins. Like, process is, king right now. Like, all day long. Like, nobody's sitting there and, cooking a square meal of, what we were taught to know and what we were brought up to be known as an optimal or nutritional plate of food. Nobody's sitting there and eating stuff like that. I'm sorry. Because you have to think, again, it's going to be processed stuff even if you are, so it's still not going to be optimal because it's going to be added this and added that. So it's just not what it ever was. It's not going to ever be what it was. And come on, guys, like, just, seriously, it's not difficult. I know that it seems difficult and it seems radical. I was right there with you, eating all the stuff that's in a box and super salty and super sugary and super pleasuring. You know what I mean? Like, I was right there with you. I was doing food all day long as entertainment, and it was fun and it was funny, and oh my gosh, I ate another cookie. Oh my god, guys, I couldn't stop myself. I ate 10 cookies. Like, I was right there with you all day long. Or, like, guys, am I bad? I had 10 cookies and then I went to Taco Bell. Like, I was right there with you. I promise you. Like, you don't even want me to start to tell you how I was previously. But I understand. Like, it might sound crazy. It might sound like, no way, like, you're just a health nut, like, you're just radical, and it's so simple, though, honestly. Like, all these, like, simple, like, quotes, like, that you hear, like, seriously, you just have to, for a moment, like, sit back and just think of them, or, stuff that you see, just sit back for a moment. Like, trust me, it's so simple. The way I eat is so simple. Or not even just the way I eat, but I eat optimally, but eating for optimal health is so simple. It's the simplest, cheapest, best, I don't even know, it's just everything. It really is. It's everything. And yeah, I just encourage everybody to at least open their minds, even the slightest bit. I mean, like I said, you think of something that you hold dear and that you just, you hold high marks on, that you would never make sure that it, ever went bad, or you take really pristine care of, and just relate that to yourself, you know what I mean? Like, I get it. We live in this certain society now, and, it's hard to kind of break out of that. But it's okay. Like, once you do, and once you learn, like, the knowledge that I have, it's crazy. Like, you will be like, why didn't I know this sooner? Like, what is going on in the world? Like, that's why I just was kind of, like I said, thinking about it and just wanted to share it. Or just not share it. I'm going to share it, but just trying to get it out of my head. And yeah, I totally get it. But I mean, even the smallest little things that you could do, just try to make changes I don't know. I can't tell you what to do. I can't. That's not what this video is about, or my rant is about. My rant is about, I just don't understand why nobody for a second would want to, take care of themselves, or just, be open-minded to it. They'd rather just pain management, continue with the less than optimal things, and get out of their face, I guess. So I'm not trying to be in anyone's face. I don't understand it. Like I said, I was never unwell, really, overall, so, and I just do it because it makes the most sense, and it's just everything. And yeah, I mean, it's okay, but all I'm saying is that I would just really consider it. Like I said, you do have a choice, you do have a chance. You're not the chosen one. It's not old age. Just, they have that phrase, like, don't, once you, like, know, then, yeah, do the best, like, I don't know the correct actual, like, wording on that one, but, it's one thing that if you don't know, then if you're just clueless and you're just like, oh, wait a minute, like, this stuff isn't good. I like I said, I was there right with you. Like, I knew processed stuff, like, wasn't good for me, but I would eat it all the time. And, I would just kind of be like, oh, well, I had a piece of broccoli this month, so, like, I'm good. Like, I had, just one piece. Like, I'm fine. But I understand a little bit where a lot of you people are, and how, like, food's kind of entertaining and fun and funny and stuff. But if you care about yourself, you care about your body, or if you would like to, then yeah, I would definitely consider it. Like I said, it's just a frustrating little rant that I had going on, thinking about everything, and I'm just talking it out. So, alright, peoples. Alright, guys, well, yeah, I guess I'll stop upsetting you all, because I'm sure I may be, but that's not my goal. My goal is just to be here to help you. So, alright, bye now.